housekeeper, a young Liverpool Irish woman with the happily coincidental name of Mary Maguire. Although 20 years his junior and illiterate, Mary, better known as Polly, proved an ideal Victorian wife, practical, hard-working, and selfless. Their home was a tiny terrace house in Copperfield Street, Toxteth, a part of the city nicknamed Dickens Land, so numerous were the streets named after Dickens' characters. Rather like Mr. Micawber in David Copperfield, Jack sometimes talked about returning to his former life as a minstrel and earning fortunes enough for his young wife, as he put it, to be farting against silk. But from here on, his music-making would be confined to local pubs and his own family circle. Jack's marriage to Polly gave him a second family of 8 children. 2 died in infancy, a fact that the superstitious Polly attributed to their Catholic baptism. The next 6 therefore received Protestant christenings, and all survived. 5 boys, George, Herbert, Sidney, Alfred, and Charles, and a girl, Edith. Polly did a heroic job of feeding them all on Jack's modest wage, but their diet of mainly bread, margarine, strong tea, and lobscouse, a meat and biscuit stew from which Liverpudlians acquired the nickname Scouses, was chronically lacking in essential nutrients. This had its worst effect on the 4th boy, Alfred, born in 1912, who as a toddler developed rickets that stunted the growth of his legs. The only remedy known to pediatrics in those days was to encase both of them in iron braces, hoping the ponderous extra weight would promote growth and strength. Despite years burdened by the braces, Alf's legs remained puny and foreshortened, and he failed to grow any taller than 5 feet 4 inches. He was, even so, a good-looking lad, with luxuriant dark hair, merry eyes, and the distinctive Lennon family nose, a thin, plunging beak with sharply defined clefts over the nostrils. Jack's musical talents were passed on to his children in varying measure. George, Herbert, Sidney, Charles, and Edith all had passable singing voices, and the boys played mouth organ, the only instrument young people in their circumstances could afford. Alf, however, showed ability of an altogether higher order, allied to what his brother Charlie, born in 1918, called that show-off spirit. He could sing all the music hall and light operatic songs that made up the World War I hit parade. He could recite ballads, tell jokes, and do impressions. His specialty was Charlie Chaplin, the anarchic little tramp whose film comedies had created the unprecedented phenomenon of an entertainer famous all over the world. At family gatherings, Alf would sit on his father's knee in his tiny Tim leg irons, and the two would sing Ave Maria together, with sentimental tears streaming down their faces. Jack died from liver disease, probably caused by alcoholism, in 1921. Unable to survive on the state widow's allowance of 5 shillings per child per week, Polly had no choice but to take in washing. It meant back-breaking, hand-scalding work from 4 a.m. to dusk, scrubbing other people's soiled linen on a washboard, then squeezing out the sodden coils through a heavy iron mangle. Even so, as her granddaughter, Joyce Lennon, remembers, the cramped little house remained always spotless, with floors you could eat your dinner from, the kitchen range cleaned with graphite religiously every Monday morning, the front step scoured almost white, then edged in red with a chip of sandstone. Polly ruled her 5 sons like Mrs. Joe in Great Expectations, not hesitating to chastise them with a leather strap, even when they were nearly grown men. Like many Liverpudlians of the most down-to-earth kind, she had her mystical side, believing herself a psychic, able to read the future in spread-out playing cards or the pattern of tea leaves in an empty cup. As hard as Polly worked, the task of supporting her 6-strong brood proved beyond her. Fortunately, a means was found to take Alf and Edith off her hands without breaking up the family or damaging her fierce self-respect. Both were offered live-in places at Liverpool's Blue Coat Hospital, that is, charity school in